If I'm coughing a little bit, then just please excuse me, but focus on the content because we've got a lot to cover, and we have some interesting stuff that we want to cover as well. Okay. Now, before I go into the slides and stuff, let's just do something very, very quickly. Yeah, I've got a ginger tea here, John, but it's not making a difference because I had about 3 coffees before that. So it's still kind of cranking my throat. Anyway, what I want to do straight away is I want to go and order a domain. This is what you need to do if you're going to buy a domain for PBN sites, or you can do this if you want to do for 301 redirects in specific circumstances as well. Okay, when we're in Namecheap and you go to buy a domain, usually this is what you will see. Okay, it's going to be similar in GoDaddy, but I do not use GoDaddy ever unless I'm really forced to. So I'm using Namecheap, and you just need to find in GoDaddy or whatever registration domain registrar that you use. Okay, now first thing you want to do is click on Edit Order Details. Okay, and it will take you to a page like this. And what I'm going to do is going to click on here to add a new contact. And when I add a new contact, I'm coming over to fakenamegenerator.com. Okay, it's in the slides. You've got the same slides as last time. Just go to slide number, I think it's slide number 9 before to get to that information. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this name. I'm going to copy in here. Now what I do with this, every time with Fake Name Generator, they give you that middle initial. It's a major, major giveaway. Get rid of that, okay? And we're going to take first name, last name, and then the address we're going to take from Fake Name Generator as well. Just grab all of this. Put this in here. Okay, so we've got, take the city name, we're going to take zip code, and we're going to take state. Now what I find with this often is that when it's initialized, that if you just fill it out, so if it's Indiana, it's going to be Indiana. Okay, we come in here and we need to choose the country as well. Mine just default set to Thailand. Let's make it for United States. Okay, phone number we're going to take from here as well. We have to scroll down, grab it, put this in here. Oh, that's a fax number. Yeah. Right, I get rid of those dashes as well in the middle. We don't want them. Okay, email address. Now what we do here for the email address, if you scroll down, you can see in Fake Name Generator, about halfway down the page, you got this section here. Okay, you click to activate it. Open in a new tab. And you can see here we've got Anthony B. Bennett at Durapede. Okay, I'm going to change that, take out that middle initial again. And you can see if you click on the Durapede.com that you got some other ones in here as well that you can use. Okay, so let's change it to a slightly different one. And we're going to copy that. And we can come over into Namecheap. And where was it asking for the email address here? Okay. And we're going to put in here personal for the description. Don't remember the address for later use. Click on Save Address. Okay. Now what we can do is for the administrative contact, use registrant contact. Technical contact, we're going to use registrant contact. Billing contact, we can use registrant contact as well. Okay, click on continue, and we've got a CAPTCHA to solve first. First time I've seen that. Isn't it weird how things happen on webinars that don't happen any other time? Okay, I just need to click on continue here. Wow. Why is this happening now? Okay, I'm going to choose one that I had before, right? But that's the steps that you would use. Okay. Previously saved, previously saved. Let's see if we can continue with this. This never happens in real life. It only happens on webinars. Stranger. Like with PayPal. Check out. Okay, I'll just do this in a different screen over here. I'll just slide this over to another screen. It's what I call webinar demons. This happens often. Things that doesn't happen normally will always happen in a webinar for some reason. It's kind of weird. But anyway, we managed to get through it. Just keep going, keep pushing forward, and eventually force your way through it in that light life. Okay, so we have just purchased the domain. Is my middle name Murphy? No, it's actually Michael. Anthony Michael. Right, okay, so why would you think Murphy? All right, so we've purchased the domain. What have we just done? We have just basically purchased a domain using fake name generator for the purpose of hiding footprints. Okay, now you can do multiple domain registrations within one account doing this. Okay, I've been doing that for a long time. It's never been negative, but you do have the Namecheap account creator within VidSpy if you purchase that OTO2, where you can create 10, 20, 30 in one click accounts for Namecheap. Also, what you can do there is you can go over, let's just come over to the accounts creator here. What you can do there is you can go over, checkbox all, and you can save that, and it will save as a CSV if you want it to. Okay, you can choose here, save as a CSV, and you can just simply put Namecheap accounts, and that's going to allow you to add some extra columns where you can put some details about what domain you purchased from what account, if you want to do it like that. Now, normally I just work within 3 or 4 main Namecheap accounts that I have saved in my LastPass Chrome extension. Okay, so I can just log into which one I need to, but it's good to keep some kind of spreadsheet so that you know. Now, the reason I did this first is because I really didn't want anyone to buy that domain, because this domain is kick-ass domain. It's really good for what I do. Okay, you can see it's backlinksnetwork.net. It's got like 4,200 links, 648 links going to the homepage, and it's got a domain authority of 35 and a spam score of 0 according to Moz here. Okay, that will match up to a certain extent in here. What we are noticing, what I'm noticing, is that sometimes the links count coming from the API that we are using is completely different from what we are finding from SetWorks and when we actually go into Moz itself. So I will get my coder to go and check, but everything else seems to be right except for that links count. So if you see something that looks good and the links count looks not so high, go and check it. Okay, just go and check it. And if you're using SetWorks, which I really highly recommend, then you can see everything in the cloud view. If you're seeing good metrics from Moz but not in Majestic, do not worry about it. Okay, it's not hugely important. Everything here is just educated guesswork from these particular platforms, albeit very good educated guess. But when you're buying expired domains, sometimes you just need to let them re-index, and you will start to see the SEO metrics come up for the other ones as well. Okay, but they are not Google. They are guessing what Google is looking for, and they are giving scores according to what they guess. It is a good educated guess because that's what they do, and they're very clever people, but they are not Google. Okay, so what's most important about getting a domain? Let's have a look. What we're going to do is we're going to look at the backlink profiles. Okay, so this is the domain that I just bought. Okay, you can see in Moz again, that we got the 648 linking domains, we got domain authority 35, 4,200 inbound links. That ratio is above 10% for referring domains to inbound links. Okay, if I times that by 10, it'd be 6,400 links. It comes well under that. That means it's got a good domain ratio. Okay, go for 10%. Okay, sort of minimum 10%, and you know that you've got a good domain. What would I use this for? Well, I don't know yet until I go and start to look at things like the anchor text profile. Okay, what we can see here straight away is that it's too top heavy for this backlinksnetwork.net as an anchor text. Okay, it's got far too many of that particular anchor text. Okay, so what I need to do is go and reverse engineer it a little bit more, and what I need to do then is I'm going to go and put that into a different account. This is a group by account that I use. This is one I put a link into the Google Doc. Okay, and you can see in here we got Moz, we got Majestic, and for some reason I'm not seeing Ahrefs today. I don't know if they've removed it. I'm not quite sure, but anyway, we can go and check in Majestic, and we can go and check in SEMrush as well. Now this costs like $24 a month, I think it was. And this is why it's so good to be able to use this. And what I want to do here is I want to look at the anchor text profile. This will determine what I'm going to do with the domain. There's two things I can do. It's not letting me log in, that one. Let's try one more. There's two things we can do. We can either use them for PBN sites, or we can use them for the purpose of 301 redirects. Oh, that's Moz again. I don't want Moz. There's Majestic. Okay, it's working this time. Murphy's Law. Right, okay. Wow, that's not letting me log in here. That's kind of weird. So there's something wrong with that particular account. Let's see if we can find for SEMrush, if he has SEMrush in here. And he has not. Okay, fair enough. I don't know what's going on here. Usually we have SEMrush, and usually we have Ahrefs. And I've got a recurring subscription, so I don't know why it's not showing. Anyway, what we'll do, let's jump over into here. We'll go to Ahrefs. See if I can get some information, just a free account in here. Maybe we can. What I'm looking for is the anchor text profile. Okay, anchors. All right, it's really top heavy with the backlinknetworks.net. Okay, what do we do in that situation? Well, we'll get two options. We can use this as it is and just gradually start to build different anchors, or we can force the different anchors. Okay, how do we force the different anchors? Well, you can get some sort of reasonably good quality authority backlinks from different domains. Okay, the easiest way to do that is to use things like video sharing sites. If you've got a tool that can do mass posting, which we have with our Video Send Alpha, you can do it as well for bookmark sites, as long as they're high quality bookmark sites. You can use tools like Video Send Alpha again, or many of my Alpha SEO tools. Or you can just go over to Fiverr.com and find somebody that will do, you know, like a couple of hundred backlinks with unlimited anchor text. That's what we would be looking for in that situation, which is exactly what I'm going to do with this domain. Okay, so I'm not going to buy it from Fiverr.com. I'm going to use my own softwares. Okay, and what I will do is about 300 video sharing site backlinks. Okay, and every single one of them will have a different anchor text. Every single one. So we're going to sort of dilute the anchor text profile that is already there, because it's actually a very, very, very good domain. apart from that one thing. If I go into the inbound link section in here, okay, and we start to look at where they are getting their links from. Let's go into linking domains. Actually, it's going to be cleaner to see. You can see it's getting from relevant sites like Warrior Forum, advertisewebsite.org, thesearch.org. This is a very, very relevant backlink profile, and this is what we see again and again and again with domains that we're finding from YouTube broken links. Okay, you will find for some reason people who were doing video marketing and linking to the domains, they were not spamming those domains so much, and they were getting very, very relevant backlink profiles. Okay, this is a huge time saver when you know that you've got about 80 to 90% of domains exactly like that, where they've got that relevancy, because it can save you a ton of time. Okay. The other thing that we can do in Moz as well is we can come into where it says spam score, and we can have a look and see what domains have got spam score. And you can see here we've got like advertise.mx. It looks to me that he's possibly bought some links from maybe a service or something that isn't too hot. And we don't disavow ever. We don't disavow ever. What we do is we go opposite. We do the opposite from disavow. What we do is we send more backlinks from more referring domains. In this situation, because the anchor text profile is kind of top heavy using the actual domain name, and that means I'm going to be doing my video sharing site links and social bookmark links, and I'm going to delete those anchor texts. Okay. The next step that I'm going to do is send a really high quality press release. Okay. The really high quality press release is going to drown out all the negative links. Okay. It will drown them out or balance them out more. Okay. Even though that Moz is saying it's got a domain authority of 35, I'm not 100% happy. Okay. For me, it's about a 20 because it's got too much anchor text of the same sort of variety, if you like, with the domain name in different formats. And some of these backlinks that it's got are coming from sites that really have no business linking in. Okay, so the easiest way to deal with that is with one piece of content, high quality press release. That high quality press release will get us about 400 different referring domains linking in, which is going to balance it out or kind of drown it out for those negatives. Okay, don't use a disavow tool. Just don't use it. It's a waste of time. Just go the opposite way. Always go the opposite way. Balance it out. Why? Because any website that is real, any website that's got any authority, it's going to have a sort of wide range of different backlinks coming in. Okay. If Brian Dean does an epic blog post, as he usually does on backlinko.com, he is going to get a lot of influencers immediately backlink to him. Whenever people are making new blog posts, they often link to him using him as the external link within the blog post, so they've got something to refer to about what they're writing about in their blog post, and he gets a ton of backlinks like that. Also, he gets a ton of backlinks from people who are not influencers, and they've got all different sort of variations of authority on all those different websites. There is a natural profile there. Okay, Google can tell that, it can sense that, and if you've got links coming from always domain authority 35 kind of websites, it's completely unnatural. So what we do is we balance it out. Okay, do not disavow, balance it out, and that way you can do it nicely, you can do it quickly, you can do it easily, you can do it with one piece of content. Okay, super simple stuff. Right, now let's come back to the slides now that we covered that part. If you get any questions on that, then let me know. Okay, right, so what I've done with these slides, you will see these slides will update every single day. Okay, every single session. I'll give you the link one more time for this in case you haven't got it from the last time. And if I go into the chat box here, I can paste it. Okay, so if you haven't got the link from last time, keep this link. It's going to be the same every time, and we will just build it out. Now what I've done is I've highlighted from session 2 in yellow so that when you're in here, you can see where it starts. Okay, so you can always see where the next session starts. Okay. Last time we mentioned, I mentioned that there was some confusion, or we weren't quite sure, we hadn't quite cracked how to recreate Twitter accounts. Well, Tanya has figured it out for me. She has sorted it out. And what we do is basically you go and register just a basic Twitter account, any username, and then you change it over, okay? And it's working 100% of the time, okay? What we've done from slide 7 and slide 8 is we have put the steps in here, and you can see that you've got screenshots at every single step, okay? Click on the screenshot, and it will take you to the image showing you step by step what to do. Now, we will put this into a PDF for you in order so that you can download that from the members area and from the blog post as well, okay? So you can see the steps. Now, does it work? Yeah, it works. It really, really, really works. Look at this. We registered this, I think, 2 days ago. This one's got 822 links. We registered this 2 days ago. John Lewis Retail. If you're familiar, if you're from UK, you will know that John Lewis is a major UK retailer. And here we've got 286,000 links. Okay, how we use it, I'm not quite sure yet, but we'll use it. Okay, let's see what else we got in here. Oh yeah, this one here, the Escapist Mag. Okay, this is our account. We registered this, 531,000 backlinks coming from 267 referring domains. Okay, so you can get some really high quality Twitter accounts. Grab them, even if they're not relevant to the niche that you're working on, grab them, keep them in a spreadsheet and know that you've got them. But some tips on using the Twitter accounts: once you have got them registered, keep them open and then just go through some basic steps, okay? Go and create a header immediately and put some information into the profile. You can see that we haven't done that here, okay? And when I started to look at these, I sort of made a checklist for my assistants to go and do, so that we have a header, we have an image, we have some profile information, and we put a link in immediately, okay? We can always change the link anytime later, but put a link into somewhere, even if it's a YouTube video for now, okay? Just max it out and let the account sort of mature again, okay? Make a couple of tweets, follow a few people, just type in some keywords that are, you know, relevant to whatever that particular video was about, for example, okay? You can even use, you can right click on any of the Twitter accounts, for example, or any of the videos with the Twitter accounts, and you can click on view video description and get some information from there that maybe you want to use that for the purpose of knowing what sort of niche to go and search or what kind of keywords to search for within Twitter, so you can start to follow some people and so that we can maximize the power of that Twitter account, okay? So Twitter's just become really easy. It's not hard for us to do, and we're finding, you know, Twitter accounts with hundreds of thousands of backlinks, okay? This one, 286,000, 531,000, and this is not unusual. Don't think I got lucky. I didn't. It's happening a lot. You will see that a lot with VidSpy. A lot of people will be focused on the domains, and quite rightly focus on the domains if they're building PBN sites and stuff, but don't forget the Twitter, okay? If you see something really good, just get it registered as quickly as you can, okay? Right now, let's see if we got any more questions. Anybody got any questions? It is really addictive, Stephen, yeah. I can't stop playing with the thing myself. It's just incredible tool for finding stuff, and it's been made super easy since we did those upgrades to make it into VidSpy Alpha from that simple little URL tool that we had for more than 18 months, I guess. I can't remember when we did Livestream Alpha, when we built that, but I think it's probably about 2 years ago, and it's been sat there doing nothing and not getting much attention while I've been doing other stuff, building new stuff. But I'm glad that we built it out. It's a fantastic tool for us to use. The good thing is that YouTube has got videos in just about any niche, okay? So if you're entering a new niche, it's going to give you a major advantage. But we still got some extra bits that we want to add to it, okay? I'm kind of making a list that I will get my coder to go and work on as soon as he's finished the tasks that he's working on right now. He's working right now on Alpha Networks to put the Wayback Machine into Alpha Networks, so we don't need those templates for HTML blogs. And that's a huge thing for Alpha Networks, that makes it really super powerful. Once we've done that, once he has done that, then I will get him to come back in here. One of the things I want him to do is, like, you know, for example, if we go into Channel Spy here and we can see some YouTube accounts that's not been managed for about 6 years, what I want him to do is to make it that we can checkbox all, and we have a send to, and we just send to downloader. Okay, so we can just download all of these at one time. That would be really cool for us to have, so that you can use that to recreate a brand new channel if you want to. There's a few things like that, little tweaks, little bits and pieces. But, you know, and once it's all done, it makes it even more powerful than what it is now. And that's the beauty of what we do. You know, we're not building tools just for a launch that's done sort of half-assed, just good enough for a launch to go and make 6 figures or whatever. We use the tools. I use the tools. And it needs to be good for me to use it, yeah? If I want to use it for a specific project, courses or whatever, it needs to be doing the stuff that I don't want to do, okay? It needs to automate the stuff that is basically a pain in the ass to go and do. And that's the beauty of the tools, okay? We never, ever, ever build anything just for a launch, ever. It's not like that over here. Anyway, let's go and have a look back in the slides. I've kind of lost my place now. Any questions, just get them into the chat box and we can cover them. Okay, when you're creating a header, what you can do, if you haven't got a tool to go and create a header, you can go to this website here. It's called spark.adobe.com, okay? Spark Adobe is free. What you can do is, from slide number 9, you can click on the link here and it will take you there. And what you can do is, when you've logged in, I usually just log in with the Google account, okay? You can choose create a graphic, a web page, a video. I just use it for graphics. Okay, we can start from scratch. And what you can do then, when you click on start from scratch, you can see that it's giving you for Twitter. Okay, very quick, very, very easy. And it will give you some pre-made designs that you can use. You can put some text on top of them, etc. You can just follow it through. It takes about 2 minutes to go and create something. So you can create something easily, and that will be the correct size. Let's just choose one of these and let's see what happens. Because we can resize it as well. Once we come in here, we can resize it. But the best tool that I use is one called Snapper, snapper.com. Costs about $12 a month and is really, really, really good. They've got thousands of templates. Okay. When we've got this open here, we can click on resize over here. And when we click on resize, you can scroll down. So you can use the same image for Facebook, for Instagram, for Twitter, for YouTube thumbnails, etc., etc. Okay. So you can just make sure that you've got the right size in here, which it looks like we have. Okay, and you can put some text. You can also go and change the background image. Okay, you can delete that image. You can add a new image from here. It's very quick, very easy, and it's free. Okay, so that way you can do these headers very, very quickly. But again, I like snapper.com because the templates are very good. Okay, it's very easy, $12 a month. Right, okay, so what I wanted to sort of cover today was like a natural progression of tasks to do once you have found some domains. So checking the backlink profiles, all I'm looking for is 2 things. I'm looking at the domains that is linking in, and do not discount just because there might be some spam score in Moz. We can balance it out. We can use them for 301 redirects. We can use them in different ways. If it looks like a good domain, otherwise, you know, sometimes you will see a spam score like 4 or 5 or 8 in Moz. And when you actually go and look at the backlink profile, you will find it's coming from 8 different domains. Might be multiple backlinks from those eight different domains. All we're going to do then in that situation is drown them out. Press release will do that. High quality press release will do that. If you go over to Concord.io, you will find some people doing really high quality press releases, but I will put it into the blog post for you, okay? And the blog post, actually, I should have mentioned this before here. This is being updated with every single session that we do, okay? So this will keep being updated. And the slides update at the bottom in here as well. So all of these sessions are going to be in there and not necessarily in the member area. We link to this post from the member area. And the reason we do this is because we can keep it in order, we can make it look good, and we can make it easy for you to go and find exactly what you're looking for, okay? So keep an eye on that, and I will put some resources at the bottom of this blog post, and that will include where to go and get press releases for $40, like really high quality ones where you get 400 plus links. Or if you want to get a Yahoo News press release where it costs, I think it was $139, which is really, really cheap for a Yahoo News press release. But that's less referring domains you're going to get with that particular service. So the one at $40 is actually very, very good. And you can talk to this guy on Skype as well, okay? Be careful on Concord.io when you're buying anything, because what happens over there is that you order a service, you hear nothing back from the people. They wait until the deadline is up, and then it says it refunds you, and you haven't been refunded. I've lost a lot of money over there. I wrote to their support and didn't get any reply. And there's a lot of people complaining about it, so be really, really careful about Concord.io. But this link I'm going to give you is from a guy called Leo. And Leo, you can get talking to him on Skype, okay? And he's good. He's very, very good at what he does. And you can get like a very, very decent quality press release done. They will even write it for you as well if you give them an extra $15, which is kind of cool, okay? Okay, let's talk about keywords. Okay, so say for example, I have got this domain that I've just bought. Okay, so this domain is backlinksnetwork.net. Now what I want to do is click on the top pages in Moz, and we can see the home page is where it's getting most links, and the other pages are not, except for this one here. Okay, now I can't click through on it because I haven't put Wayback Machine onto the domain yet. I haven't even built the domain yet. But what I can do is that I can go into Ahrefs. I thought we were in there before. Just go into Ahrefs. We'll put the information in again. Okay, when we're in here, what we can see is here for the backlinks, here for the referring domains, here for the anchors, etc. What we can do is we can click on the organic keywords, or if there is no organic keywords because it's been expired, we can go to the top pages. Oh, that's not working. And that's not working. I'm giving us, okay, let's go into the backlinks, and the next best thing to do is go into the backlinks. See if you can find anything in here that is relevant to what keywords we are looking for, or gives us an indication of keywords. Okay, so this one's about private blog network. This one's about private blog network. This one is about, it's Russian, ignore it. Okay, let's see what else we can find. Link building, private blog network. Okay, so there's an indication straight away. Just looking at the backlink profile, it's about link building, it's about private blog network. So what would I do with this domain? Either I would use it for a PBN site that's going to be used for linking into posts that I've got about private blog networks or about my Alpha Networks PBN system, or I can use it as the 301 redirect. But because it's a very, very good domain, I don't want to use it for 301 redirects unless I want to create a site just about one specific topic. Okay, so just a sort of small, highly focused kind of website which then in turn I could use to link into my main domain. Okay, I have a different setup from what you have because my main domain has got all my software sales pages, it's got my blog, it's got review posts in a different WordPress install, all within the same domain. I'm using it for multiple things. It's like a central hub. You probably do not have something set up like that. What I would do in that situation, if I was starting from fresh and I had something like this, is I would create a very, very small, highly focused website about PBNs. Okay, and what I would do is do some reviews of different PBN systems. And what we can do then is we can use VidSpy Alpha again, just by going and create a brand new project, and we can put in here private blog networks. Okay, we can put in easy blog networks. We can put in SEO hosting. We can put in how to build PBN, PBN footprints. What else we can put in here? Easy blog networks, PBN system, PBN hosting. Okay, just do some basics like that. Okay, this will help you to find other domains and hopefully some social accounts as well that we can use. Okay, and it's as simple as that. If you're using something like SEPstat, or if you've got Moz, or if you've got any of those tools, they can give you keywords as well that you can just chuck in here, or you can go to the keyword Tilio and find out what people are using in YouTube. In fact, let's do that. Let's go to keyword Tilio. Let's just bulk this out a little bit. Sometimes what I use it for as well is that, say for example, there is a product launch coming up, or I've got a review post already done for somebody else's product. As an example, Longtail Pro. What I did with Longtail Pro is I did some searches in VidSpy for Longtail Pro review, Longtail Pro demo, that kind of keywords. And also I put in some product names for other keyword research tools like Market Samurai and Key Search and some of the other ones. And then I did that formula as well, the four-point formula, where we're putting in a combination of the product name plus what it does. Okay, so Longtail Pro, keyword research tool, for example. And what I did is I found a whole bunch of expired domains that had previously been used for doing reviews for Longtail Pro. So now what I've done is I've got those websites up and I'm letting them mature. And, I like to mature for a few weeks. We've got expired domain alpha on there, so those websites are looking exactly like they were before they were expired. And, after a period of time, maybe about 6 weeks, I'm going to either redirect them via a second tier strategy, whether it's going to come from a Twitter, redirect to a Twitter account that I found, redirect to Medium, or just do a backlink from there, okay, and to that particular review post that I've got. Now, I believe I'm on page 2 right now, which I didn't even optimize for that particular review. When I'm doing reviews, I'm getting traffic from my email list. So if I'm sitting on page 2 and I put that link in there, it's going to give it some extra boost and it's going to be highly relevant, okay? But I think I've found 2, and I got Tanya to put, there was about 2 or 3 that she put up, I believe, for that particular example. So what we can do in here, private blog networks. Now let's do PBN. And I'm going to put the word networks because there's something else for PBN shows up, some kind of company or product or something like that. No, that's not good. Just do private blog and see what comes up. No, not happy with them. Okay, let's jump over to YouTube then. If it's not giving us from Google, if it's not giving us from YouTube, just grab it from Google. Just getting relevant keywords that we can search for. Copy to clipboard, and we can just edit, get them in there, and here we go again, and let it go. Very, very addictive as well. Okay, any questions? Replay will be up. All the replays are going to be in the blog post over here. Okay, I'll send it to you in a message direct. There you go. All replays will be in that that blog post. Press release references will be in the blog post as well. Okay, we covered all that kind of earlier, so if you've just come in then just keep an eye on the blog post. We will put them in there today so that you can take advantage of that. All right, let's see what else we got to cover here. Okay, so for keywords to target, there's two ways that we can do it. We can try to do the way that I just tried to do that I could not do, and that was looking to see if there's any keywords that domain was ranking for previously. In that situation, we couldn't find any. It could be that it expired a long time ago. Sometimes you will find that you know what keywords that particular domain did rank for previously. That gives you a good idea how we can use it, okay? Or you have to just revert back to whatever your search was about and whatever the video was about that you found, okay? So for example, this one, let's see. Shall we just leave it for a second to see if we can find a good example? This one here, rank plan PBN. You can see immediately the video tags about PBNs, etc. This one is also about PBN. So you can see, you can tell from your own keywords that you search for, and plus from the tags in the video as well. Okay, so this will give you an idea. What I want to do in the next session is go through content planning. Okay, and there's two different ways that I want to do that. There's multiple ways to do it, but there's two that I want to focus on. One is for creating content for your blog, and I enjoy doing blogging. I like to do blogging. A lot of people do not, and I will do one as well. Do a strategy as well for doing affiliate promotions for product launches from JVZoo and Warrior Plus. Okay, so we can add an extra session to do that so that we can cover it, and that will give you a good idea how to use it. The principles in each are going to be the same for any kind of promotion you're doing. So if you're using Local Biz Alpha and you want to do a promotion for a specific business type or business type plus location, or content that is going to be like sticky content to get people onto the site, it will be the same principles for that as well. Okay. And here's a good one just come up. But when we look at the guy's tags, it's just like the computer guy. His video title has got nothing to do with PBNs. I don't know what that is. All right. Any questions? Can you drive traffic only by blogging? Yes and no. The answer is yes. But there's, just from blogging, you still need to do promotion after you have created the blog. If you look at those guys who are doing very, very well with blogging, they're spending about 20% of time on creating really epic content. So that 20% of the time might be 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks crafting like a really epic blog post, okay? And they spend 80% of the time promoting that blog post. How do they promote? They reach out on social media. They reach out, kind of like when people are doing product launches on JVZoo, for example. They're reaching out to affiliates. In this example, in this situation, sorry, what they're doing is they're reaching out to other influencers. Okay, what they're doing is going and looking at similar content that's on page one for the keywords that they are targeting. They will use tools like Ahrefs, Moz, etc. They will find the domains that have been linking in to the content that's ranking for the keywords that they are targeting. So, for example, let's go into SERPstat. I'll show you easier. Okay, let's type in how to get backlinks. Okay. And when we do that, we're going to have a look at who is linking in to the top ranking pages. Okay, so when we come in here, you can see search volumes and all that kind of stuff. What we can do though is go into backlink analysis, I think it is. No, let's come back to keyword research. SEO research, top pages. Here we go. Why is it not letting me do this? This is the webinar demons again, guys. Rarely ever happens. Except for when you're in a webinar. Let's see, we'll just do backlinks. Okay, let's see what comes up. Okay, so when we're in the top pages here, you can see like Gotch SEO. Okay, we can take this URL, and what we can do is we can go back into SERPstat again. This time we're not searching by keywords. This time we're searching by that top page. Okay, click on search. Oh my God, can you believe that? Oh, it's because it's using the wrong domain. Why is it doing that? Okay, let's go back. Just open it up. Bear with me, guys. We've got some limitations here with SERPstat. Okay. What we can do is we can click on referring domains. Okay. And when we click on referring domains, you're going to see all the websites that's linking in to that person who is ranking. Okay, and what you can do is just reach out to these people. Okay, that's what they're usually doing. It's easier to do in Ahrefs than SERPstat. It's got a much bigger database, and within Ahrefs, what we can do is we can go and find all the people that are linking into a specific blog post. So if I want to rank for the keyword like how to get backlinks, and that guy is number one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and make a spreadsheet of all the competitors, all the people who are backlinking into that particular page, and then I will go to the next one down that is ranking number 2, the next one down that's ranking number 3, and when I have that spreadsheet complete, then you start to reach out and you tell people, look, I've done this really epic blog post about how to get backlinks in 2019, for example. Okay, I see that you linked to whatever website that they linked to. Would you like to see, would you like to get a preview of my blog post? I'd be happy to send it over to you. Okay, we're not asking them for backlink. We're asking them just to take a look. Okay, we can sweeten that as well. We can give them some kind of bait. Okay. So, for example, I could do a blog post about VidSpy Alpha. how to get backlinks with VidSpy Alpha, which I kind of got already. But what I would do in that situation, if I wanted to do the outreach, which I never ever do for some reason, is reach out to them and say to them, look, I've got this blog post about how to get backlinks. And I saw that you were linking to Gotch SEO, which is a brilliant blog post. Okay. Would you like to check out my blog post? And just for checking it out and giving me some feedback, I will happily give you a full version copy of VidSpy. By doing that, you're going to get some reciprocation. It's just human nature. You will get some reciprocation. The other, there's multiple sort of white hat, as they call them, SEO strategies, where, people are doing outreach, where they are doing stuff with broken links, where they're doing stuff with sponsored links, which isn't white hat at all, but they do it and they claim it to be a white hat. They're doing all kinds of different things. And if you go and have a look at a couple of guys, one is called Ryan Stewart from Webris.com, and Robbie Richards as well, and backlinko.com. Follow those three guys, just those three guys, and you will understand the white hat SEO stuff and a sort of broad range, and enough to give you very, very good information about SEO. Okay, those three guys, they're really top guys. Ryan is brilliant for the local SEO stuff as well. Brian Dean at Backlinko, he's just constantly coming out with really epic blog posts that go really in depth, and he's very, very good marketer as well. In fact, he was a copywriter before he got into SEO. He's an all-round sort of marketing guy who really knows SEO very, very well. Okay, and Robbie Richards is very good as well. Just go and have a look. These guys are like worth following. Follow them on Twitter, for example, and get updated whenever they do something new, and go and look at it and spend time and commit to spending time to what they are doing, because they can give you so many insights about what's actually working that we can take that information and we can use it in the real world without it being some kind of fad tactic. Because when these guys are doing it, they're testing it before they even teach it, okay? And they've got always like proof and case studies and all that kind of stuff, okay? So yeah, can blogging work? Can it get you traffic? Yeah, but it's not just great at blog posts. There's other stuff that you need to do as well. Okay, right. Have I got training on how to build a PBN network? Yeah, it's coming this week. We're going to do a session on that this week. Okay. There's multiple PBN network systems that we can use. Building PBNs is really easy now because we've got much, much better tools available now. Easy Blog Networks has been around for a few years. Fantastic system. Removes a lot of the footprints that you might have been worried about otherwise if you were just doing sort of hosting on different accounts. But, it's changed so much over the years. I think about 3 years ago, I did a 6 weeks webinar series, which I can't even show anymore because it's outdated already. It's completely outdated, okay? Then I did another session probably about a year later, and probably another one a year later. They're all outdated. What you can do today is so much simpler. Just a combination of a PBN hosting system, and there are 3 or 4 that you can use. There's a new one coming out from Abyss as well that we will be promoting in a couple of weeks with in a webinar with Abyss. Okay, that is a very, very good system. Easy Blog Networks is a very, very good system. So you buy your domain, you put it into something like Easy Blog Networks, you build your WordPress site in one click, and then if you've got my expired domain alpha WordPress plugin, you rebuild the site as it was from Wayback Machine in one click, okay? And you just leave it to mature. You don't do anything with it. The mistake that people are making with PBNs is they try to use them too quick, okay? Let them age, let them mature. Send some extra backlinks to them. We'll cover it. We'll do a whole session on it, okay? It will be a kind of brief step-by-step session. I can't do everything over the shoulder on one webinar, but we will cover it. It's not hard anymore. It's really easy. And there will be people who say, oh, PBNs don't work anymore. Well, did you make one, or did you just hear that from somebody? Did you read that somewhere on the internet? Because they're working for a lot of people. I know that for a fact, okay? Are those names in your updated blog? We will put them in. We're doing a progression, Peter, of the sessions in that blog post. Whatever we have covered today for this sort of training about registration, how to get backlinks to these domains so that we can balance out any negativity or any sort of discrepancy or disparity, of what's the proper word. If you got too much top-heavy anchor text, okay, or if you've got a backlink profile that you're not 100% happy with, I will put that into the blog post. So every session we will add into the blog post and it will just keep progressing, okay? And the slides, we will use the same slide every time, the same Google slide every time, that will just get bigger. At the end, we can turn this into a PDF as well, okay? That way we can keep a progression that makes sense for everybody. Stephen, the same people that say that SEO is dead. Yeah. SEO is not hard if you're willing to do the work or get someone else to do the work, or if you can automate it. I like to use automation, but you know, it's not hard to see what the top guys are doing. It's not that they're uniquely talented, it's that they will roll their sleeves up and do a shitload of work. They will do it. You will see like people like Ryan Stewart, he mentions this often. He will say, do you think I enjoy making those blog posts, those guest posts to post on Moz or to post on Ahrefs as a guest post? He says, hell no, I don't enjoy doing that. It's just part of the job. You've got to do it, you know. What they're doing is not that hard as far as, you know, the work that needs to be done. What they do that is unique, that is high quality, is the actual content, the quality of the content, the strategies that they are sharing, the case studies they are sharing. Okay, that is what is separating them from everybody else. But the work is just the same for you, for me, for everybody. Okay, guest posting is a great way to get traffic, not just backlinks as well. What's the average size of a PBN network, John? That is so hard to answer because it's got, you know, there's different ways to do it. A PBN network, say for example, I made a small site, and the small site was all about private blog networks, and I wanted to build this PBN network just for the purpose of backlinking to this particular little website that I built. I might be happy with 10 domains. I don't know until I actually use the links and see how effective they are. But when you're using tools like VidSpy and you keep seeing more and more domains coming up, it's kind of hard not to buy them, you know. It's kind of hard to push them to the side. Some of them you just got to go buy there, and then that kind of naturally grows it as well. There's no right and wrong answer. There isn't. Sometimes you will find just 5 high quality PBN links can get you ranking for a very, very, very decent keyword. Okay. It depends on how you're using it as well. Are you building a PBN network just for one domain, or are you building a sort of broad PBN network that you can use for multiple domains? Okay, it's better to go broad with your PBN networks. Okay, what I mean by broad is like you're not building a PBN network with websites that have previously had content about private blog networks. Okay, you would build it broad in the sort of marketing niche in that situation. So you might have a PBN site that was previously about Facebook marketing. You might have another one that is about social media marketing. You might have another one that's about SEO. You might have another one that's all about blogging. You know, just as long as it's coming into that whole sort of broad niche, then we can find ways to make relevant links into your PBN sites. And that gives you the opportunity to use it for multiple sites instead of just one. Okay. So if you want a broad PBN network to rank your Amazon sites, then if your Amazon sites are within the same broad niche, it should not be too difficult. Okay, just dig into the VidSpy offer and see what comes up. All right, we got any more questions? Okay, nothing. I'm just grab a drink. Stephen, which plugin? Okay, Stephen wants to say thanks to whoever said something about plugin last night that fixed the 2-week problem. SEO internal link was messing up. Yeah. Okay, that SEO internal links WordPress plugin, I will remove it today from the WordPress template that we use. We will build it on internal links plugin. Okay, I will get that done probably in the next 7 days. We will have a plugin for doing internal links. We'll make it do more as well so that we can use it for multiple purposes, not just for local biz alpha sites. Seems to be some issue right now with the local biz alpha licensing key. My code is looking into it. If you're having issues with that, what I would suggest you do is just don't make any more campaigns until it's fixed. It should be fixed today sometime. Okay, he's looking into it right now. I spoke to him just before the webinar, so I don't know why it's just that one key, that one license key for local biz alpha. It's not affecting anything else, not the desktop tools, not the other WordPress plugins. So I think he's maybe did an update and he messed with something in the code by accident for that. So he's looking at it now. So it shouldn't take too long to get it back up again. But it looks like we've got some kind of a error there for pulling in the content from the Google API. So I'm guessing it's a license key and it's preventing pulling in from the Google API. That's all we know. He will find it. All right. What I want to do for the rest of this week, okay, I want to do a session for building a PBN network live. Okay, we can do a live, say 5-site PBN network. We can do on the call live. Okay, you can watch it all and see how quickly you can actually do this. Okay, I need probably a volunteer to help me, somebody that's familiar with EasyBlog networks, that, you know, when we're getting domains, you're adding them into EasyBlog networks. Okay, you will upload the expired domain alpha plugin, activate it, and deploy a website so that from start to finish, we find the domains from VidSpy Alpha, and at the end of it, we've got 5 websites up. Okay, and you will see how quick and easy it is to build a PBN. Okay, so any volunteers, then please let me know. If you're in one of the Facebook groups, that's even better. You can put it in there, and we can do it live. It's kind of a fun thing to do. As long as we don't get the webinar demons affecting us, then it should be quite straightforward. And we can find 5 relevant domains and get them into a PBN system very, very quickly. Okay, so any volunteers, let me know via Facebook group or via support desk. And let's do that one, the next session. Robert, are you still around? When is the next session? Do you know?
Yeah, I'm still around. Can you guys hear me?
Okay.
I think the next session's on Sunday.
On Sunday? Okay, that's fine. We've got a couple of days before then. So I can do some prep as well. I can do like step-by-step checklists and stuff like that in between. So what I would suggest, guys, just keep an eye on that blog post, and everything we do will be on that blog post, okay? That will include any live demos that we do in the webinars. That will include any extra videos I feel that should be in there so that you can use it, okay? So we can encompass everything that we can do, or that I do in the training using VidSpy Alpha. So you've got everything in one place, okay? and you can see the benefits, and you can see things being done in real time as well. Okay, so now you know from today how to go and register a domain. One thing about registering domains as well is you have to do one at a time when you're doing that strategy that I showed you using the fake name generator. More than one is going to be both, or if you say, for example, you did two, both of them are going to have the same registrant name. You need to do one at a time when you're doing that. Okay. So I think we're done. I think we're done for today. We covered how to recreate Twitter accounts, how to register domains. What else we covered? Can't remember already. Yeah, how to create some headers, that free tool that you can use. Checking backlink profiles. And it's very basic stuff. You can go much, much more in depth. In fact, I've got a whole webinar about doing sort of backlink profiling on my blog. But, really, you can go too far with it sometimes. All you need to know is just the basics. Is this got a spammy profile? How spammy is that profile if it has? How do we correct it? And have a look at the anchor text, okay? Everything can be corrected, because if you look at natural websites, natural influencers' websites, they're going to have some crappy links as well. In fact, you will see sometimes, I think it was Matthew Woodward's blog, somebody had probably done some kind of spam attack on him. There was a lot of links about porn and stuff like that. It didn't affect him. It didn't affect him because he's already built authority, okay? So that attempt at negative SEO didn't have any effect at all. It didn't affect any rankings that I can see. I can't understand why people would do that, though. I mean, the guy's giving huge amounts of value for free on his blog, and somebody wants to come and do something like that. There's just all kinds of crazy people in this world, and they're usually sneaky, cowardly kind of people, and doing that kind of stuff, how can you be happy to do that? I don't know why people do that, but anyway, it didn't affect him. But if you go and have a look at the backlink profile, you will see that some people have tried to do that to him, when the guy's just been giving like tons and tons of very high quality free SEO training for years. So when we're looking at the backlink profiles, knowing things like that, then all we're looking for is corrections. That's the best way to do it. If you've got a potentially very, very, very good domain, don't drop it because it's got like 8 websites that are a little bit dodgy when it's got like 2,000 links coming from 640 domains or something like that. That means that we've got a problem with just 8, and we can drown it out. We can balance it. We can rebalance it. We can do stuff without even disavowing. Just let them be with those links. Let's do something positive to change the tide. Okay, simple like that. And life becomes simpler, and we can get value out of these domains. Okay, so on Sunday we will do 5 PBN networks start to finish. Okay, I need a volunteer, or 2 volunteers would be good as well. 1 to buy the domains. I'll put some balance into the Namecheap account, and 1 to put them into Easy Blog Networks. Okay, so that by the end of that, we got 5 unique websites in Class C hosting, a lot of footprints issues taken care of because we're using that particular system. And all we're going to do then is leave them to mature for a few weeks, and then we can start using them for backlinks. Okay, Stephen, how long before you can get way back? It's actually in the Warrior Plus funnel, and it's ready already. Just keep an eye out for emails. I'll be sending an email out today. I haven't even emailed for the VidSpy for the Warrior Plus launch yet, so I need to send an email for that one today. So keep an eye on that, okay? I know that Abbas was emailing over the last couple of days, so I held back and let him maximize the sales because he was doing a very, very good bonus. Now that I think he sent his final email last night, and that I will start to email as well and put some nice bonus as well if anybody wants to pick it up, VidSpy and anything in the funnel. Okay, all right. So I think we're done. unless there's any more questions. James, yeah, this is actually Tony. I'm using Chris's GoToWebinar account. It's going to be in the blog post here. All replays are going to be in the blog post. All right, Stephen, thank you. I'll check the PM on Facebook. There you go. So James, all the sessions we're doing, it's going to be in that blog post, all replays, all resources, everything there. Plus we have these slides that you can use. This will be updated with every single webinar session that we do. Okay, so I'll put that link in there for you as well. There you go. That's all you need. Everything's going to be recorded, replay, everything put in there. Right, okay, I think we can finish up, guys, unless there's any final questions. All right, if anybody turns up to the webinar on Sunday, we will give you an extra bonus, okay? I'll give you a plugin for doing 301 redirections. I'll give you a 5-site license, okay? So that when you rebuild the site that you want to use to redirect later, I will give you a plugin that will do that redirect for you. All you need to do, install the plugin, activate it, and put in the domain that you want to redirect to, and it will do it for you automatic. Better than that, if you want to change that redirect anytime, you can still access the WP admin, so you can go and change it or remove it, whatever you want to do. Change, edit, remove, anything. But you need to be attending on Sunday. And I'll give you a 5-site license. Cool? All right, guys. Thanks. Thank you, Robert.
No problem.
Cheers.